Hello, how y'all doing? How y'all been? I'm back again. I'm blessed to be here another week, and so are you. Anyway, this is Self Love Diaries. My name is Aziza, and this is a place where I talk about self-love, my journey, things that I've been through personally, how it affected me, how I'm trying to get through it, how I'm going through things right now, how I'm trying to figure it out. But I also talk about social events that may be affecting us as a collective, right? Or things that I may see. However, today is a social event, and there are some things that I want to talk to y'all about. So y'all let me know if I'm tripping, okay? So of course, I've told y'all a bunch of times I stay on the internet and I'm always looking things up and this, that, and the other. And sometimes I run across these different bits of information and I put them together and try to make it whole in my mind. And when I see something, I say, oh, well, I think maybe I should share this, okay? So in Maui, we all know that they had this awful fire, and I'm praying for those people big time, okay? Because it is literally a mess over there, the things that they are going through and how they even trying to survive. It's been really crazy. So my heart goes out to them. But I wasn't going to talk about this subject until I seen all of this. First video that crossed my path was a lady who lost everything in Lahaina. I hope that is correct. Lahaina, Maui. And she was at this town hall meeting, or maybe their Congress. Excuse me for keep looking over, but I'm reading my notes. At a town hall meeting, or maybe their particular type of Congress of sorts. And she was laying it into him about how Lahaina was supposed to be, well, she was hearing whispers before the fire, how Lahaina was supposed to be the very first satellite city. And how Oprah, and she named a couple people, but Oprah and Jeff Bezos were going to get what they wanted, whatever that meant. Okay, and I didn't understand what a satellite city is, and to be honest with you, I don't still know what a satellite city is. I'm doing some research on that. Maybe I'll get back to you. Maybe I'll keep it to myself. I don't know. However, so I seen another video where there was a woman crying, saying that even the people whose homes were not affected are still being evicted from their homes. Now, she's saying that in 1 week's time, they have went to the judges and got paperwork written off, signed, evicting all of these people. And she couldn't understand why, if their homes weren't affected, right? Right. So still, I wasn't ready or wasn't thinking about talking about this, but I ran across the first video again of the woman talking about this satellite city, and it really intrigued me in my brain, and I'm like, what in the is a satellite city, right? So then I see another video that was saying that the children was sent home early when a wildfire started, and the parents were still at work and hadn't been released from their jobs yet. So they sent out to all of the schools, release the children into this fire. But they did not say, they did not send that word to the parents that need to make sure that the children are safe. Okay, I hope y'all see where I'm going here, but let's go. So I seen another video stating that the mayor was refusing to release the death totals on the children. And I said to myself, ain't that weird? Isn't that strange? Right? So another video I'm seeing that crossed my path, and to be honest with you, it was probably one of the first videos, but I never watched it. It was The Rock and Oprah with their sad faces saying that everybody should help donate and this and that. And the reason why I didn't watch it personally was because I'm just kind of tired of them using the celebrities to shift our emotions about certain things. I don't care if it's a product, whatever. But anyway, and especially with this being such a serious situation going on. Anyway, so then I started seeing how all of these people on the internet were going off. They was like really going crazy about the same thing. They just tired of seeing them with their long faces asking for money that we don't have, that they have. And if they all put together just a small amount, that it will probably equal a lot more than what we giving, right? So let's speed forward a little bit. Now, Oprah has a home on Maui along with other celebrities. And for some reason, they're painting their houses, like the roofs of their houses, this particular shade of blue, which I don't understand unless this is like some signal to let the helicopters and such know to protect their homes or something. I'm just not understanding that, but we're not gonna go there, okay? She also just bought, in the midst of all of this chaos, as people are losing their homes, along with other celebrities, but she personally, Oprah, just bought 870 acres of land for $6.6 billion. Now that's pennies on the dollar for that land. Not only just that land, it's like, it's a very ritzy neighborhood over in Maui. Okay, so that's pennies on the dollar. Not only that, she hired private firemen to protect her 870 acres of land and her home, and security to make sure that people didn't search out or for refuge on her property. But you so worried and so got this sad face about helping the people, but you don't want them on your land to try to stay safe. I'm not understanding this. But not only do I not understand this, I don't understand why she is always at the center of somewhere that has something weird going on with kids. Because them being sent home early and them not knowing where the kids at or how many children are dead or whatever, that's weird. I'm just saying. I'm gonna move on though. Then I started to think about, I was like, dang, 870 acres of land, that's a lot of land. But when I really checked into it, Maui has 487,000 acres of land. So that's a very small piece of the property. But if all of the celebrities involved buy that up for pennies on the dollar, that will be like the greatest financial anyway, we're not gonna go there right now. Let's keep moving. So back to what is a satellite city. So I started to think about the line that's being built over in Saudi Arabia. Now they say that this thing is supposed to be 13.13 miles long and 1,640 feet in elevation. That means height. There's no cars, no streets, or carbon emissions in this place. They're also building train that goes from one end to the other end of this place in 15 minutes. So you can travel. Everything is conveniently placed within these walls, and it's like this big. I mean, from the view, it looks like it's that big, but of course it's not, right? Then we have Tulsa. Now, wait a minute, before I go on to this, it appears to me to be a big, beautiful jail. That's what it looks like to me. But anyway, let's keep going. So back in September of 2021, there was a place being announced. It was going to be called Tulsa, and I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's going to be a $400 billion project housing 5 million people, and they're calling it a smart city. It's going to be 150,000 acres of land. Now that's like almost a third of Maui in comparison. This new project that they're putting up, it's like a third almost. That's pretty big. But I really began to think to myself, could that be the next plays happening here on this land? Because if you notice, we're having a lot of places getting knocked down. We got a lot of empty and abandoned buildings that are not being utilized. The banks really aren't coming off of them, aren't making any decisions on what to do with them next. Even as big as grocery stores and stuff like that. So if a grocery store gets shut down and they're not putting a new grocery store in it, what is going on with this property? What is the plan, right? Now, I also heard that China came over here and bought up a lot of homes. JP Chase has bought up a lot of homes. And at first, I really thought that was probably like a play to maybe hike up the rent and the mortgages more and make it hard for people. But even if that is the case, if they're making it hard for people to the point where everybody is on the verge of being homeless or homeless because they can't deal with the spikes in the mortgages and rents, and they are saying that they no longer want people to be roommates, so that's going to make it really hard for people, regular people, to find somewhere to reside. Okay, now if you're in a situation like that and all of these properties are getting bought for pennies on the dollar, I also just heard that Jeff Bezos, Amazon, went to Bensenville and bought up like all of Bensenville, all of the homes, because they're supposedly putting out another, they want to put an Amazon there. But these really nice middle class, or maybe a little higher than middle class neighborhoods are getting wiped out. And this is happening all over this country. So is there a plan to put up these smart city type places here as well? Is that the new thing? Because I remember Akon saying that he wanted to put up this really fabulous looking weird, as far as the architecture, it was like weirdly designed, but it was like a really beautiful place where a bunch of people can probably live and eat, and just you have no reason to leave this area ever. Everything is here. Is that our new direction? It might take a while, but is that our new direction? I hope you guys think about it, because we might be living in the last little time where you have your own little bubbles to sit in, or you being at home with your little family and you can close the door and you can keep your business to yourself, private. I mean, are we coming into the last days of privacy? Because if we're all stacked on top of each other like the Matrix, think about how they were living on the Matrix. They were in this little world, this little town. It was stacked up. Everybody was like on all of these little floors, and they can go visit each other, and they couldn't leave. Just everything that they had was right here in this building. Everything you need. Well, I hope you're thinking. Have a good day, y'all.